Alright, we'll go ahead and build this ring here. So we'll go up to View. Open up the picture and put it in this viewport, I guess. I usually like it up here. We'll put it up here. Alright, so there's just a reference so we can see what's going on. Put this on the gray layer. Without any information like how many stones and size and all that jazz, I guess I'll have to guess, but I thought I'd go ahead and just build this whole ring for fun. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do a that looks about right. That's pretty tall up there. And go ahead and get some stones out here too. Okay, so to put some gems around the center stone, we'll go ahead and do the circle command, F4, and it's going to be about that big, I guess, because we want these a little bit underneath the center stone. So we'll go ahead and select that. We're going to leave it down here on the flat because I'm going to go over to Gems and click on this button right here, which is Cluster Advanced Builder. Alright, and we can change the angle a little bit. And there's the size of the stones. What do we got here? We got about 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, probably about 12, I guess. There's 10, there's 12. Alright, so there's 12 stones. And that'll work. So we'll do that, and then we'll select these and send them on up. And that's about right. We're just covering up the culet, give or take. Next, we're going to go ahead and put some metal around these gems. So I'm going to go ahead and select these gems, and we'll go ahead and go to the setting menu, and right here is Metal from Gems. So we'll go ahead and click that, put the gems in the box, and the default is usually this outside mode, but we're going to go ahead and click on this circle of gems right here that is solid. And we need some more metal here, so we'll go ahead and make this thicker. Okay. So that's what we're looking for from that, so I'll go ahead and hit enter. Alright, we'll go ahead and put this in a job bag. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and set this to transparent shade mode. Actually ghosted, there we go. Alright, so there's a ghosted shade mode. Then we'll select these gems again, go over to cutters and go to the micro prong cutter. Put those in there. Okay, and the cutter that I'm using for this one is right here. We'll pick that one. And here's the width, so we can make this as wide as we want. And what I need to do is cut a hole such that I'm going to leave some prong material between these to set with. Oops, there we go. Let's go out. And we'll make these taller. That's the bend. We can do the bend so that it cuts this way. And here's the drop. And here's the height. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Okay, so that ought to do that. And I'll go ahead and just hit enter and make those cutters. So we'll go ahead and do a Boolean on this. Alright, there, there. 1 by 1, shouldn't need force, and we'll go ahead and do that Boolean. Alright, so there's that, and we'll select these gems again, and go back to the cutter menu. Go to channel. There we go. And the width be a bit smaller. There we go. As long as that goes below the culet there. Actually, it doesn't even need to. And then we'll knock a hole through that anyway. So there's that. And another Boolean. Switch back over here to shaded. There we go. Okay, so next we'll build a cutter to finish this part out. So we'll go over here to cutters. We can also hit F6 on these, and we'll do gem cutter on this one. We'll pick this one, hit go, and let's see which one we want. Okay, so we want girdle scale, which is here, and we'll go ahead and knock a smaller hole in that. There we go. And back to the Boolean builder. Alright, so there's that piece, and we're going to use this piece to build the next part underneath it. So I wanted to build that first, actually. Okay, now that we have that piece done, we're going to go ahead and build the bottom of this. And to do this, I'm going to use curve network, which is right here. And you can see that this thing has a section here and here. So what I'm going to do is use dupe edge right here. If it didn't have a section there, I'd use extract iso curve right here. So we're going to go dupe edge right there. And that makes a little tick mark there. And since this is round, I'm going to go ahead and mirror this to the other side. Okay, so it's coming over to this side. We'll turn this off for now, and we're going to do blend from here to here. And that'll make an arc going across, or a blended curve going from side to side. And I'm going to turn on the edit points here and move this down just a little, make that a little deeper. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and rotate this with copy on from F4 like so. So that makes each side of this. And then I'm going to take this one and split it with this one, and this one, and split it with this one. Alright, so now we have 4 of those. And then let's bring this back, and I need the outside perimeter of this one, so I'm going to go dupe edge, and I'm going to dupe this edge, this one, and that one. Enter, and then join. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and select all these pieces, like so, and go to Curve Network. And I simply have to hit OK, and it's going to make a nice surface right here. And it looks like, based on the fact that I have this part of the ring too, so I needed this to be deep enough to make the pattern, so apparently I don't have this up high enough, which is fine. So we'll get enough space in there to have all that metal right underneath it. And at this point I would also probably get some gems in there, so I know how much room I really need in here. So that'll do. As a matter of fact, let's see, those are probably really small. A little bit of metal on each side of them. So let's go ahead and offset this curve. Let's see what 2 looks like. Alright. Okay. So now at this point we need to make a cutout for this. So let's turn this off. Don't need any gems in the way. Okay. The next thing I want to try to do is okay, the next thing we need to do, and we can do this one of 2 ways. We can use 2D and 3D scale, or we can use offset. And what I really need to do, so we'll try offset here. So go to surface, okay, so we want to, like I said, use offset here, and we'll go down to the second set of buttons here, and offset's right here. There's the direction of the offset. I'm going to click the surface so it goes in, and 1.2 seems like a good distance, so I'll take that. Now this is going to be a little taller, so let's turn this on, and so that lines up, so I don't want that taller than the bottom of that one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a plane starting here on out this way, and then I'm going to move this over, and this one is going to get split by this one. Okay, and so we delete that, and oh, we can get a surface up here any way we want. As a matter of fact, I might just take this one and get it split by this one and this one. At which point we can throw away this, and there's that. And join this up. Alright, so there's a little dish that we have cut, if you will. Okay. Oh, actually I didn't need to join that yet. Anyway, let's go over here and we'll extract this one. Okay, so now we'll pick this one, go to Curve, and over here and go to Create UV Curves, and hit Enter, and there's a box that we have. Let's put that on red. Okay, we'll explode the box, and this represents that surface pounded out flat. I'm going to select this, go to the last menu and go to Divide, and divide this into however many sections we have. In other words, we have one, and then probably another one here. So that's 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. So 6. So I hit Enter, because it already said 6. And then this would be dead center. So that's dead center here is an actual shape. Okay. So I'm going to draw an arc that kind of comes here. Actually, let's start over here. I'm going to guesstimate about halfway. As a matter of fact, I don't have to guess. Let's draw a line from here to here. Let's go to point, and then we'll go mid down like so, and near, and here's arc directions from here to somewhere along in here. Oh, and we want sorry, let's go here and out here and then up. So now we'll mirror this like so, and yeah, that's that cut. And it looks like, I don't know if it comes down more. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll grab this point here and come ortho straight down like so. Yeah, there. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, so now, with that being in the middle, I should be able to mirror this from right there and join that. And now we'll take this, and this, and we'll apply it back onto that surface with Apply UV Curves. And it happens to put it over here on this side. So that's going to make our leaf pattern, if we will. And whoa. And let's go ahead. I'm going to explode the surface too. There we go. So this one's separate. Now I'm going to try this. I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to take this one and go pull back to this surface. That seemed to work okay. This is awful sharp. I wouldn't normally do this, but I think it's probably going to be alright. So we'll turn this off, and now I'm going to draw a line from here to here, and here to here, And this one is going to get split by this one. Yep, actually, let's go undo. And at this point, we'll have to you know, I think what I'll do is I'll actually make this a cutter. I think that's what we'll do. We'll actually make this one a cutter. Yeah, maybe not. Alright, here we go. I'm going back and forth on that whole theory. Alright, so we'll take these two. So we'll take this curve and this curve and this one and this one, and we'll array that 6 times. So transform array F4 6 times. There we go. So there's our shape right there. Okay, so with this done, what we really need to do now is go ahead and select the outside one. I'll put this on a different layer just so we can keep track of it. Maybe we'll even put this on another layer so we can see what we got here. So this one is going to get split by this curve and this one and this one and this and this and this. Enter. And then we are free to toss these away. Alright, and then this one is going to get split by here, 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 and there. And we can throw these away. Alright. And we'll just build one of these. So we can go surface sweep 2. None of those. This curve. And this curve right there. And then there's a curve and there's a curve. And we will sweep that surface. Okay. And there's a curve I don't need. Alright, this one is going to get split by all these. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so that means that these go away. And we'll put this on this layer. And we'll come over in the looking down. And we'll go array from F4 6 times. There it is. And that pretty much makes that piece, aside from what's going to go on it. And so we'll right click this layer, and this layer, and hit join. And there's that part. So we've got that, we've got that. I don't know what we would do there. Probably let it live. But there's that piece there. Let's see how it looks for what we got going on. Looks like we're going to put a gem in that, which is fine. And looks like we're going to cut a hole in it too, if I'm not mistaken, which we can certainly do. Probably should have done that while I was doing the other, but that's alright. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and finish this project out and build the shank. So let's go ahead and, in order to make this outside shape, we're going to go ahead and go to curve, and I'm going to draw an arc from F4, and we're going to snap to a quad right there, and we'll go up to about here. Alright, so there's that curve, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to draw about here and go up this way, following kind of the angle of this. And we'll turn off the finger rail so we can see what's going on, and maybe some other stuff here too. As a matter of fact, let's switch to a new layer. Let's go blue. Okay, we've got this line that we drew. Alright, there we go. And we'll go blend from here to here. Now let's see what that looks like. So we've got that. So we're looking for this shape here that comes up and goes into here, which I now have. We'll put this on blue as well. And we need to do the same thing kind of over here. Although maybe we'll just let the profile do the work for us. So we'll go ahead and mirror this to the other side. And we'll select this and say trim. There we go. Don't need this curve. And we'll join this up. Okay. Oh, we can't see the bottom of that anyway. And let's go ahead and place some profiles here. F6 profile placer. So we'll go ahead and put this one at 1.8. Actually, we'll do that at 1.8. That's fine. And then we'll hit add. And we'll come up to here and hit mirror. And we'll pick this one. Put that one at 2. Drive it all the way up. Alright. So the reason I picked this profile is it looks like there's an edge here, and then it domes up, and then we're going to cut away from that. But yeah, we'll go down to 1.8 there, and go ahead and pick this one, make this About 3. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and try there we go. F6 MSR. Actually, not MSR. I wanted profile cap. There we go. I'm going to mirror that to the other side for now. There we go. That seems pretty thick as it goes up there. We might fix that. Okay, the other thing we want to do is get another curve in here. Okay. And we'll take these two and extrude them out. Like so. And then we'll make a cutter. That comes in here. Mirror that to the other side. Alright, so we'll pick these. Join. And we'll extrude it out. And this is going to be a Boolean intersection. So I want the intersection of this one, enter, and this one, enter. So we get that. Like so. That's not... that's because that's rounded. Well, we'll just round this one. So we'll go solid, fillet edge. Let's go 0.2. There we go. Could maybe fillet that a little bit more, but actually the other thing we could do just for fun here is bend this from right here out this way, turn symmetric equals yes, and do something like that. And that goes right up in there now. But it didn't change this, so the finger size shouldn't change. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and Yeah, I think we'll fix this. Not really pleased with that. Okay, so I wanted to fix this up because I want it to stay thick down here like this one does. It's fairly thick here, and then it gets thin real quick. And this felt pretty heavy up here at the top. I mean, I want it to kind of fade into this part here. So let's go ahead and go F6 MSR, and we'll go ahead and make this thinner. Let's see. Alright, so there's that. Oh, let's not change that. Darn it. This is pretty thick too. I'll change that one. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and offset. .8. Alright, and then I'm going to take this one and do a cage edit. Actually, it'd be, I think, the easiest way to do this. So we go cage edit, bounding box, and then I'm just going to hit enter, enter, and there it is. So I'm going to select this top row and go to 1D scale, F4, and scale that in. That was just a little too much. So let's go 1D scale from there. There we go. And then we'll move these up like so. And then we'll 1D scale again. That'll work. And to keep it thick up here still, we'll move this up a little. And there we go. So there is our cage. Looks like we got off a little bit here, so I'm going to take this. If you see, it's not straight anymore. So I'm going to take this and go project to C plane. Delete input equals yes. So now that's flat again. And we'll do a sweep 2 this time. So surface sweep 2. 1, 2. Then we go from here to here to here. And check our arrows. They're okay. There we go. There, that looks a little more like jewelry. F4. So we'll 1D scale this piece in again, so it's inside. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and fillet, solid fillet, 0.125, and we'll do this edge and this edge. There we go. And we'll do profile cap again. Alrighty. Now we need some gems. And really, sometimes I'd get a line up here, and other times I find it easier to just forget the line and bring a gem out. I'm going to go to... Alright. So I'm going to use a 1.4 millimeter here. Don't know how big this stone would really be there. And I'm just looking at the filleted edge and kind of centering it between those edges like so. Alright, and then I'm going to go rotate with copy on from F4, and this, depending on how precise we have to be, which, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do here anyway as far as space goes. I just do that. Take these two, mirror from F4, and to me that was quicker than... I couldn't extract an isoparm here, or an iso curve, because, you know, I would have had to draw an arc, project it, blah blah blah. By the time you get all that worked out, sometimes you can just put what you want up there. That's the way I see it anyway. Now, on the outside, we will do a line, because that would be a lot more work than what I'm looking for. Alrighty. And we'll set these and do the prongs and all that jazz. Okay, so we already have the line. And looks like we go down about halfway, which is usual. So we'll go ahead and do F6, gems on a curve, and we'll bring that around about halfway. And spacing, and what size do we got here? We'll do 1.8. There we go. And these need to go in, so I'm going to take my Z offset in. And we're good to go. There we go. And once again, we can go F6, micro prong cutter. Okay, and this, we're going to go ahead and change our cutter to a more rounded one. I don't know. I guess this one. I think this is the one I used at the beginning. And wider. Okay, and there's the length. We'll make sure we clear it. And the middle width, we can certainly pooch that out a little bit. So that'll get us this shape. As a matter of fact, we can bring this back a little bit. There we go. But then pull this wider. Like I said, wider. Okay, and then we have our other bend, which is here. or we can bend it that way. So we'll do that, and this gives it a neat. This is what gives it the look here, where we reveal this surface right here. Okay, and then here's our drop depth. Alright, and we can actually say Boolean on and pick the surface, which is this one, and get immediate feedback before we ever even cut it. And so that's looking, let's see, since I've never done this on the bench, it gets a little hard. We'll come back on the width a little bit. There we go. When you turn the Boolean on, you have to wait a little more. I think I need a little more metal there, seems like. Okay. I think the stones need to go in a little bit too. A little deeper, but all things considered, I would say that we'll go with that. And then we'll grab this again, go to F6, and go to Channel Builder, and let's come on over here. Switch to square ends. Actually, we'll go something like that. And extension out, kind of like so. And we can do this one too. We can go Boolean on surface is this one. Oh, that's going to be, that one went away. I don't think we'll do that one. I have an open surface, so that gets a little tricky. So let's do this. Let's turn on ghosted so we can see better. And let's hit the channel again. There we go. Okay, so our width is like so, and our depth is going to come up, or our height, depending on how you want to look at it. Alright. Now what we can do is we can turn mirror off, and the beauty of this is we can go cap A or cap B. We can keep it round but bring it in right there so that this is nice and rounded. But then down here we can go cap length is out this way, and then the cap scale is going to go up, out, and up, and that thing will exit out of there on a nice ramp. So we'll hit enter. At this point I'm going to do a Boolean, so I'm going to join this up. Boolean with this object. There we go. And we'll switch back to here. And there's what we have to set our stones with. Ooh, we're right down to it there. Okay, to split this, I always just make a surface right here. You get split by, oops, except I hit join. You get split by you. Alright, come on. Split, you, enter. So this side is a goner. Mirror this. And we need the gems over there too. Alright. So there's what we've got there. I need to get some gems. I guess the last thing that I would do, you know, the way I see it. Oh, this happens. The different shading modes will affect this image. If we go here and go to Edit Object Properties and go to Material and go to Basic, this comes back. There you go. We need a gem here that's going to be set, and I really can't tell here. It looks like all this would probably be chased on the bench, where we do an inset here, you know, a grave, and it looks like there's some tooling going on here or something, and it looks like there's a hole there, which would just be simply a cutter. And so I guess what I would do is come over here to extract ISO curve right here, click on the surface, go to T for toggle, and do that. Did that go where I wanted it to, or did I just do the inside? Kind of having trouble telling. Let's see here. Extract ISO curve. This surface right there. Alright, let's forget the shading here. Alright. Yeah, I'm not making alright, this must be right on an edge. So whenever that happens, I just go dupe edge. Yeah, there's an edge. That's why I was having so much trouble. So there you go. And then we go gem on curve. F6, gem on curve. Flip equals yes. And really we just have one. And size wise it is a, I don't know, 1.6 be fine. Alright. So there's that, and then we'll array that around. I don't know, this might be smaller. Alright. So I guess that's really about it. I'm going to hit pause here and do the channel here, but that's kind of how I would go about that ring. Okay, actually, in looking at this, I thought it might be fun to oops, that's something I was working with. To kind of make the inset for this gem. So there's a command. Let's see, let's go ahead and dupe this edge. So we're going to go dupe edge right here, enter. And here is a command I don't use a whole lot. It's offset on surface. So we click that, and it says select the base surface, which is this one, and here's the direction it wants to offset in. So I'm going to flip that because I want it to come in, and I'm going to go 0.7, and I hit enter, and there's the offset. Okay, so I only have to do half of this. So let's go mirror from F4 over to here, and then let's turn this off, and I am going to draw a circle from like here, and then there we go, and we'll go trim there and there, there and there. We'll throw this circle away, and we'll go blend 1, 2, and blend here like so, join, and I'm going to rebuild this so that it comes back, and you see it's a degree 5, which is a whole nother conversation. I'm gonna do 48. Alright, so we don't need this. So what do I have? I have this outside surface. Alright, let's put that on separate layer. Okay, and I'm going to use the new bonus tool, which we just released to the general public now as well, as opposed to just people that were in Chicago. And so we click Surface Pullback, select the surface right here, and I'm going to do, I played around with this a little bit, and I'm going to do an angle of 60, a length of 0.2. Generally this is splits equals 1, so let's try that first. And we'll click this, and it actually does it, but it doesn't generate the surface inside. So I would generally, I'm just going to type undo because I can't get to it. So let's try surface inset, surface right there, and let's try loft, and we'll pick that curve. Yeah, it's not any happier, so we'll go undo on that. So generally what I try is we'll go sweep, and we'll go splits equals 20, and then I'll pick the curve. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that inside surface, so I'm going to make it myself. So we'll come down here to surface and go to patch, and we'll do this edge and hit enter. Tangency's off. And so we'll go ahead and just make that. Now the tricky part here is I need to split this surface. So right here at the end I'm going to make a point object. Oops. Let's see. Point object right there at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here, here, F4, and I'm going to go through this point. So I hit tab, and that goes through that point and keeps that angle. And then I'm going to mirror that to the other side, and actually make another line here and join that and extrude this like so, and this piece here is going to get split, oops, split with this one, so I have that, one petal. And we'll join this up, and let's bring our gem back. Well, we'll just do this, and transform array F4, 6 of those. So now we have that. Alright, so we just need to get some prongs on there to hang on to that, and we're in business. Alright, let's hit pause again. Alright, so here's the finished thing. We did this, I simply did prongs here, cut the azure for that hole, or that gem. I actually need to cut the azures for these. Ran channel builder here, did prongs in between those, and I made my own prongs just with the cylinder tool, and then used cage edit to bend them up there. So no big deal there. But there's that project, I guess. Something like that. Alright.